To the American desert southwest now, the massive Arizona wildfire we've been reporting on for days has officially now become the largest in the state's history, burning more than 732 square miles in all. That surpasses the previous record from 2002. As of this morning, firefighters are reporting they have 18% containment. That indicates major progress in their fight. They're gaining on the fire line every day, though it could take many weeks to snuff it out entirely.
Massive Arizona Wallow Wildfire still growing. Firefighters are confronting strong winds and steamy weekend temperatures in their continuing battle to keep more homes, dry forests, and stretches of high desert from the flames of a number of wildfires throughout the southwest. With summer rains at least still weeks away, forecasters said crews would likely have little relief from the hot, windy weather that has dogged them this past week. More high wind warnings and fire weather watches were on tap for many areas through the weekend. Along the New Mexico-Colorado border, the wind has gotten stronger, testing fire lines that had been cleared through the rugged wooded area by bulldozers. Flags at the incident command post were whipping. In southern Arizona, the wind also helped fan the flames of two wildfires that had burned nearly 226,000 acres. One of the fires near Sierra Vista continued to push down a canyon, forcing more residents from their homes and putting others on notice that they might have to leave. Arizona Governor Jan Brewer flew over the area that was blackened by the Monument and Horseshoe 2 fires. She declared an emergency Friday, freeing up state funds to help with the firefighting efforts. The blaze near Sierra Vista in southern Arizona has burned 19,335 acres, or 30 square miles, and containment was approximately 15%. It has destroyed up to 50 homes as well as other structures. Investigators said the fire was human-caused, but they have not determined exactly who started it. They were able to pinpoint the initial area in the Coronado Memorial where it started June 12th. In eastern Arizona, along the New Mexico border, investigators believe a single campfire was the most likely cause of what has become the largest wildfire in that state's history. The Wallow Wildfire has consumed at least 773 square miles, or 495,016 acres, and more than 4,600 firefighters are trying to stop its advance. The blaze this week exceeded a 2002 fire that burned 732 square miles and destroyed 491 buildings. Though larger in size, the latest fire has destroyed just 32 homes and 4 rental cabins, and it has put a very large amount of smoke into the atmosphere. Containment rose to some 38% Friday night, but more winds were predicted through the weekend, with gusts of 50 miles per hour or more possible. A pre-evacuation notice for an area in southeast Eager, Arizona remained in effect. We're kind of keeping our fingers crossed for the next 3 days because of the predictions, Fire Information Officer Richard Hadley said. Fire managers were concerned about the fire burning in the Blue Range area south of Alpine, Arizona, the least secure part of firefighters' lines and closest to the nearest town still threatened, Luna, New Mexico, where some 200 people live. Approximately 2,400 people remained evacuated from Alpine and Greer, Arizona, and smaller vacation enclaves, after about 300 were allowed to return to Nutricio, Arizona on Wednesday. Authorities in southern New Mexico were also looking for persons of interest as they searched for the cause of a fire that burned 9 homes in the wooded community of Ruidoso. More than 582,000 acres have burned in New Mexico so far this year, and state forestry spokesman Dan Ware said much of that damage is the result of human-caused fires. The costs are too high for people to be careless or disregard restrictions, said Neil Segata, the mayor of Raton, New Mexico. He has watched for this past week as hundreds of firefighters have battled a wildfire burning in the mountains above his community. The fire has burned more than 27,000 acres along the New Mexico-Colorado border, devastating the community's watershed, destroying 8 homes and 6 other structures, and forcing the evacuation of several hundred people. Firefighters were focused on keeping the flames from pushing further into Colorado. In that state, more than 7,100 acres have burned since the fire started Sunday on the west side of Interstate 25. Many other fires were also burning across the west. Fires were burning near Yakima, Washington, west of St. George, Utah, and in southern Colorado and East Texas. One of the largest wildfires in East Texas history was burning on approximately 14,000 acres on Sunday, threatening dozens of homes and forcing the evacuation of several rural communities about an hour's drive north of Houston, officials have said. 2 homes have been destroyed, but no injuries have been reported in the fire, which started Friday and is some 20% contained. Firefighters were using helicopters and bulldozers in their efforts to contain the blaze, but they are fighting an uphill battle against the weather. Firefighters were expecting extremely bad weather, high winds, low humidity, and high temperatures. Several new wildfires have started around the parched Lone Star State since Saturday afternoon. This year, more than 2.9 million acres have burned in Texas, according to a June 14th report from the Texas Forest Service. In other words, millions and millions of acres have burned in the United States so far this year, which is many times the average. But these times are different, like times never seen before. These are the end times, transition days, which is a continuing, day-by-day process of extraordinary happenings, changes, and events. This is also another physical manifestation of the book of Revelation. It's also about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 11. For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace. 12. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? No, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore shall they fall among them that fall. In the time of their visitation they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. 13. I will surely consume them, saith the Lord. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs on the fig tree, and the leaf shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away from them. 14. Why do we sit still? Assemble yourselves, and let us enter into the defenced cities, and let us be silent there. For the Lord our God has put us to silence, and given us water of gall to drink, because we have sinned against the Lord. 15. We looked for peace, but no good came, and for a time of health, and behold, trouble. Revelation chapter 8, verse 12. And the 4th angel sounded, and the 3rd part of the sun was smitten, and the 3rd part of the moon, and the 3rd part of the stars, so as the 3rd part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a 3rd part of it, and the night likewise. 13. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the 3 angels, which are yet to sound. Yes, the 4th angel has begun to sound. I tell the truth, it's time for all prophecy to be fulfilled. Everything is connected, and everything is numbered. It's also called fate or destiny.